All right. How we doing tonight, guys? Thanks, Kat, for that great warm-up. I can say whatever I want now, so that's cool. All right. So I guess I'm going to talk about my kids since she didn't. First, I want to thank whoever it was that bought me a beer in the back, a nice, delicious 3 ounces of Bud Light. You are too kind. They were back there and they said, you know, I want to buy that comedian a beer. And the vendor said, well, which one? And she said, you know, the one with the ears. And I was like, bitch, I can hear you. So I got some bad news the other day. I found out I have an STD, guys. I have a small talk disorder. So I braved, you know, I got the courage up to call all my ex-girlfriends, and I was like, look, I gotta tell you, I got this STD. And then I hung up because the rest just felt like small talk. So, that joke really burns my wife up. She hates it. I am married to this lovely lady down here. She puts up with a lot. She thinks of my comedy career like she thinks of our sex life. I'm not very good at it, but I haven't been doing it for very long, so she cuts me a break. She figures I'll just kind of give up sooner or later. Before, I'm always really nervous. I get dry heaves and sweats, and then it's kind of over before I know it, and then I cry and call my mom afterwards. So that's cool. We like to watch HGTV. You guys like that show, that channel? Woo! She's really into the open concept. So I was like, all right, I'm going to surprise her. So I took the day off from work. I knocked down a couple walls. She came home with her friend Steve, and I was just like, look, babe, I did it. And she's like, what are you doing home? So open concept, great for marriages, people. I was younger and I was into like these random sexual encounters that I took for granted. And now I have a sectional granite counter, so that's not true. I can't afford granite. What else? We like to watch Jeopardy together, which is great because she was homeschooled. So everything's like, it's like, who invented the cotton gin? She's like, who is mom? Who is dad? I'm like, no, you idiot, it's Benjamin Franklin. We have a lovely daughter. She's 1 year old. She's great. During the pregnancy, I was very supportive. I would get hammered drunk every night so that we could have morning sickness together. So I ate all the prenatal vitamins I could find. I don't know what they do, but my nipples are really tender. So I got that going for me. When we named Nora, we got lucky because if we'd had a boy, I was in a little bit of a pickle because it's tradition in my family to name the boy after the 2 grandfathers. So my dad's name, of course, is Robert, and her dad's name is Larry, which is cool. I was like, well, Robert Lawrence is a nice, distinguished name. She's like, no, it's just Larry. I was like, oh, Robbie Larry, so he's fucked. We'll just drop him off at the Speedway and say, good luck, kiddo. But she's really smart. She's 1 year old. But she's been learning a lot of sign language. She knows that this means milk and that this means more. And whenever I say, all right, it's time for a nap, Daddy needs some alone time, she goes. So I was worried I was going to be a bad dad because I was a really crappy uncle. I used to live with my nephews and my sister, and I would come home at all hours of the night, and they would always wake up and be scared. And I was like, look, you don't have anything to worry about because if I'm a robber and I'm trying to get you, you'll never hear me coming. And so they sleep really well now. They sleep with their parents all the time. It's cool. And my nephew and I, we would play video games together, and he was a real jerk about it. He'd yell and like make me die. And we were playing Mario, and I was like, I'm gonna teach this kid a lesson. So when Mario died, I went and I pawned the game to teach him a lesson. and then he broke my Nintendo, so he taught me a lesson about messing with little kids in video games. Do not do it. They love that shit. But being a parent's really cool. I've also got 2 stepkids. My stepson, he likes to play, he likes to invent games. He invented a game of tag called Who's Your Daddy, where the person who is it is the daddy, and he chases everybody around and like tries to tell them rules and like wrangle everybody up, and like all the kids are like, no, I don't want to be the daddy. And I heard him playing, and the neighbor kid, he was crying and he was so sad, and I was like, come here, let's split a 6er Kool-Aid Jammers and talk. So I told him how the cootie shot turns into the hepatitis shot, and I told him how hide and seek turns into drunk driving. So you'll never catch me. So don't drink and drive, folks. It's bad. My stepdaughter, she's learning her multiplication tables, which is cool because this is the last time I'll ever be able to teach her any math. So when I was in school, I won the multiplication bee, and I was like terrified of like talking to people afterwards. I was a real shy kid. And now I do stand-up comedy and buy scratcher tickets. So things are really turned around for the old Rob dog. They say that the lottery is a tax on stupid people, but I showed them because I play the lottery and I don't know what that means. So yeah. I recently, when I was little, I told my mom my very first joke, and it was a math joke, and it's how many times does 1 go into 0? And it's as many times as it wants to. And Mom got so mad, and I was like, she loves math. Like, she takes math really serious. So now I'm in community college for the 8th year because I'm bad at math. And it's cool because your student ID, it doubles as a fishing license. So I got that going for me. Everybody at community college wears these t-shirts with universities on them to say, I don't actually go here, I go to the real school. And so I wear my G.I. Joe t-shirt. I'm like, I'm part of a counterterrorism organization that fights the evil Cobra. I don't actually go here. And when I was in community college, there was this poster, and it was a guy reading a book with a cowboy hat. He was at a campfire, and the name of the book was Book, because they just don't give a shit at community college. So I was like, man, Robbie Larry's gonna fit in great here. All right, guys, that's my time. I'm gonna go call my mom. Thank you very much.
Robbie Hockett, everybody.